Welcome to the quick overview of the new X4 modding toolkit. After you have downloaded and extracted the toolkit, just open it by clicking on the exe file. On the first page, you need to make some configurations to get the tool running. The first one is we need the path to the X4 category toolkit. This can be downloaded from the Ecosoft web page. It's this one down below. After you have downloaded this one, you can select the directory. In my case, it's found here. Make sure that you use the X4 cat tool exe and not the one with the graphical user interface. So not choose this one, make sure to choose this one. Choose your X4 installation directory. Usually this is in your Steam folder down below here. Make sure to choose the main directory, not one of those subdirectories. The last one is the path to your modding, to your mod. So in my case, I choose the extensions folder inside X4 Foundations because if I create the mod here, it's enabled by default and I don't need to copy paste them after making changes to my mod. So this is my new mod. It's an empty folder, so we start a completely new mod. When I click on Start Modding, I get a little warning that says, hey, I couldn't find your mod. This is because we create a new mod. So just confirm the dialog with a yes. And we get to the main screen of the X4 modding toolkit. On the left side, you can see all the current available functionality of this mod. There will be added more soon. Some of them are not available yet. On the General tab, you enter your modding name, my mod, and a description. It's a cool mod. If you want, you can translate your mod to different languages. Open this button here, add a new language, for example, German, and enter all the desired informations. If you've done that, you can go and edit your mod. So for example, if I want to edit factions, I go to factions. And here, as you can see, a list of all the factions. I can see the base game. I can see all the DLC files. I can sort them by the source. I can filter them by clicking on this button. So for example, what's new in Split Vendetta? Just select it and you can see the new factions that come with Split Vendetta. If you want to group it, just click, drag and drop it to the top bar. And now the factions are grouped by their DLC files. If you want, you can group multiple times. So for example, if I want to have the source and if it's active or not, just drag and drop both to the top bar. And now you can see it's grouped by the base game and then by active and not active. You can search something. So for example, I'm looking for criminal. Just give it a try and you can only find the criminals. If you want to see what licenses a faction offers, just open the faction and you can see a license tab. These are the licenses that are sold to you as the player. You can see which relation you need to buy those licenses. And you can see if you need like a license before this one, before you can buy it. You can also group this by precursor. And now you can see them grouped by the prerequisites you need before buying this license. For example, if you want capital ships to be much cheaper or at much minor relationship, just enter F5. And now you can buy the license for capital ships much earlier in the game. You can also change the prices. If you want to make them more expensive, just enter a price and you're ready to go. On the relations, you can see the default relations that the Argon have, for example, to the Xenon. In this case, they are at war. You can just change it to 0, and then the Xenon and Argon are not at war anymore. Let's move over to the ships. You can see all the ships that are available. For example, the frigate. If I open this, I can change like the size if it's just an S or M module. I can add new tags for this one or change the factions that are available for this ship. So last but not least are the wares. Here I can see all the wares in the game. I can group them by transport to see, okay, I only want like container or only liquids like helium. And I can see the price, the mid price, average, and max price for those liquids. And of course, if I want, I can change this to whatever I want, make it much more expensive or much cheaper if I want to. If you open one of those, for example, the drone components, you can see how drone components are produced. They have different production methods. In this case, drones only have the default one. Some wares have like Terran production line or Xenon production line. In this case, it's just the default. You can change the production time. If it's much too slow, just change it to a different, to a lower value. Or if you want to have more produced amount, just increase this one. If you want to change what kind of materials you need for the drone parts, you can edit them here below. Just, for example, if I don't want energy cells, just remove this one and add a new one. In this case, let's say, okay, to produce them, I need water. Select the water material, add an amount, and you're ready to go. Your new production line is ready. If you want to create a completely new one, click on the plus icon, enter idea, for example, atomic bomb. Atomic bomb is the name. It explodes is the description. The kind of transport is container. The volume, how big this item is, the min price, the average price, and the max price. Click on save, and it's at the last bottom. So let's remove the filter. And here we have the atomic bomb. Here you can add the production line, for example, as I said, default or Terran or whatever production you have in your mod. Enter the production time, the amount produced, and the primary materials you need to create your atomic bomb. So that's about it. That's an overview. You can do some more stuff. For example, if I filter for like 2 DLCs for the factions, you can see the filter down below. You can edit this if you want to have like an expert mode. Let me show this, for example, at the wares. If you want to only have wares from the base game and you have like, for example, that have a min price over 500, just click on the filter below, create a new conditions and say the min price should be bigger than 500. And now you can only see wares that are from the base game and have a minimum price of at least 500. So this is an overview. Save changes doesn't work right now. It will break anyway. So if you encounter any bugs, if you are missing any features, if you like it or dislike it, please drop me a message at Discord. I will update this tool like around every week. I will post a changelog in the modding forum. So I hope this tool is helpful for you, and I'm glad for any kind of feedback, even if it's good, bad, or neutral. So thanks for watching this and enjoy the new modding toolkit.